Okay, here's the deal. I got Lindsey Williams on in the next hour about the oil spill. And, of course, he worked for oil companies for many years as inside sources that have proven to be extremely accurate. And so he'll be joining us to give us his take on that. He says he has exclusive information that he's breaking here on this radio broadcast. During that hour, I'm going to have open phones on the oil spill and the oil spill only because people want to talk about this, and I think it's important to discuss on so many different angles. But specifically, the phones are open for people who have seen military on the Gulf Coast. Because it is true, and it is documented, that tens of thousands of National Guard have been dispatched, finally, 40-something days into this, to help out with what's going on down there. But I've gotten separate reports that are unconfirmed, that they're preparing an evacuation of the area and that FEMA is going to take control of the entire Gulf Coast region from the eastern Texas coast area all the way around Florida and up the East Coast. Because the oil is going to go over around Florida and up the East Coast. I mean, they know how those currents flow, and it's already going that direction, just as the satellites models predicted months ago or several weeks ago. Now, FEMA did lock down New Orleans and didn't bring food and water. For 5 days, people in the Superdome and wouldn't let people walk out over the highways and ordered cops to gun them down, and then the cops followed orders and went to prison for it. Remember, that was a conspiracy theory the first few months. There were not police shooting innocent people trying to leave. Well, now those cops are in prison under FEMA orders. I'm not saying it was good what they did, but who's worse, those that follow the orders or those that gave the orders? Well, historically, those that give the orders, are even more guilty than those that carry them out. It's like Bush saying last week on television, I would order waterboarding and torture again. Okay, well, you ordered people in Afghanistan and Iraq to torture. When they got caught, a bunch of them went to prison. They tried to bring it up in court that they were ordered to, but the Patriot Act was declared to block that from being in court. So we better let them out of prison real fast. If George W. can run around saying he'd do it all over again, this needs to be heard by a court. Or we need to release these people that did the torture right now. Because you can't have Bush running around free while the people that followed orders are in prison. I mean, folks, this is all common sense logic. And it really makes my head hurt. Some days I love doing the show. Some days I get frustrated and angry. And some days I get so frustrated and angry I can't even think straight. I mean, it is really making my head hurt. I mean, physically making my head hurt. Well, here it is. Pentagon okays up to 17,500 guardsmen for Gulf oil spill cleanup. And some of the first units are just now arriving. 6,000 for Louisiana, 3,000 Alabama, 2,500 for Florida, 6,000 for Mississippi. And they just now announced this, okay, a couple days ago. And they're just now starting to arrive. So that's confirmed, yes, and that's been on the news. What has not been confirmed is that they're preparing to evacuate and force people out. But, I mean, as crazy as that sounds, no reason to evacuate from some oil. FEMA will use any excuse to set the precedent that it's the boss. And that's why they love this oil spill going on forever. But I don't want to hear Jindal and everybody complaining about the Fed's non-response and saying we're not allowed to, boo-hoo, the Feds won't let us. Well, then you've got the 9th and 10th Amendment. The federal government is not there to blow your nose. But the federal government's saying you're not allowed to blow your own nose. They've got to do it.